And welcome back, everyone. We're back doing another daily upload for Marvel Snap. I'm GemmachineEsq, playing some Marvel Snap. Today we are pulling the big boys. We think this deck works pretty well into the featured location, which appears in 60% of the games. It's Death's Domain. If you play a card there, it's destroyed. Now, there are some cool combinations you can do, like Deadpool and things like that. I just don't have the cards. Right? I'm not new into Pool 3. I just haven't drawn the right cards yet, which is okay, because there are other things we can do. One, we can storm the location. Two, we can armor it. Professor Exit, if they haven't played anything there. So this deck gives us options. Second of all, we can Jubilee into it, pulling one of our big cards, ideally Odin, which would re-trigger Jubilee, pulling another card in there, but we could also just do Jubilee into Infinite, Giganto, America Chavez, all of which we would be happy with. Of course, we have the Storm Jessica Jones combo, Sunspot, which we can keep buffing up. We have a Koei just to give a little extra oomph to some of our cards. I think that card's underrated. I actually kind of like a Koei if you can pull it early. And of course, Lizard and Storm is a great combination, as well as Professor X. So, has lots of win conditions, and we're going to try to get into game now. That is pulling the big boys, which is right here. Alright, let's get into game one. And we are, if you go into this, we did try playing a zoo deck into it. We got some pretty terrible placemats, and we did go negative. We did win a few. This is pretty good for us. We already have the Infinite, though. So we have our Jubilee in hand, which is good. However, the problem is the cards we want to draw have already been drawn. And we swap hands at 6. So right now we're we're a little concerned. I think what I do is I do storm this. We play
Wind aid.
I just don't want this location, right? I want to keep my hand. I'm gonna Jessica Jones. It looks like he may be running some type of Patriot deck. That's the only deck I ever see have Cyclops in it. There was a world in which I stormed the Nexus. But he's just playing left. Interesting, interesting. I could skip and play the Infinite, and the question is, do I think he could overpower that? But what I think I will do instead is I'm going to play Jubilee, and then I can play Odin next turn. So Sunspot is not ideal, but we still have a chance. We have...
Opponent snapped.
So he is snapping. We're gonna see. There's still... What do I have in here? He has Onslaught. Okay, that's... could be big. Let's see who I pull. Armor. Wow, okay. Really unfortunate pulls this game, and kind of unfortunate deck. I could have pulled Giganto, or America Chavez on the first pull, and still I got Sunspot, and then on the second one I still could have pulled Giganto, and I got armor there. So that's the risk of running the Jubilee. That is a -4. We are going to jot that down. But maybe I should have skipped and played Infinite there. That could have just been better. Now, we have... Do we just play Professor X? I think we do. And, okay, that's going to lock down that location. Do we snap off that? Okay, he just retreats. That it's a Pegasus, Project Pegasus. If you have Professor X, it's a little bit of a gamble because you haven't done any setup, but it's pretty powerful for that reason. And we did use our gold right before turning this on to buy some more missions, so you see those popping up. We'll collect those in a little bit. And we have an okay setup here. Cards cannot be destroyed. So we're probably going to play... Professor X still wins here. Again, we're drawing into our big cards, which we don't really want to do with Jubilee. I'd much rather have things like... Okay, so Bucky Barnes does complicate that. I think now I storm middle. Reveal effects happen twice.
Opponent snapped.
So I am going to storm the middle. Now the question is this 9 power I'm going to add, is it enough? Moon Girl is 12, so this is going to be 9 power. So that's 11. So I might have to leave now. Yeah, I think I do. Let's just review our options before we leave. We have no way of buffing up mid. We could probably win Carmartage with a beefed up America Chavez, but I think it's just a strategic retreat. And it's better to lose those 2 keeps than 4. And with this deck, it does have really high highs, but it does have really low lows, so you have to know when to escape. And we didn't do that on the first game, so it's better to do it that game. Toon Lake. Toon Lake. Okay, so we don't really like Muir Island because we can't flood it. But I can maybe beat that I will with Lizard. And then if we storm it, we won't have Storm for Deaths. Now that is interesting because... We could just Jubilee here. Those are really early Nova. I am gonna... He's playing a Destroy deck, so it's likely he has like Winter Soldier or Deadpool, something that can be played here. So I'm just going to take that. And he is Killmongering, which means he doesn't have it anymore. I think instead of... He is going to get my Infinite. He can skip here and guarantee a win because he's winning on 2 lanes, so I have to pull into like my Giganto or America Chavez here, but he's not okay, interesting. He's not going to do the Infinite. Even though he has 2 copies of it. Okay, there's a big America shot. There it is. Okay, and off that, I think we do... That's going to go up by 4. Okay, he just retreats. And those are the really high highs. Now, unfortunately, during the high highs, you're likely to get a retreat as well. Comartage works really well with Jubilee. She gets 2 pulls. I got 2 really good pulls there. I could have even played Odin there, which wouldn't have helped too much. Because it would cancel the Jessica Jones, but it's 8 powers more than 4 power, which she gets, so it's net positive of 4 power play. And that probably would have ensured the victory, and it would have kept anyone from Shang-Chi range as well. So we do have our Giganto. It's our first time seeing him. We could play him in the Negative Zone. He's still a 6/11 there. I think I'm going to play Sunspot. And I'm going to be looking for a Professor X. Okay, I'm going to armor here. He looks like he's playing an ongoing deck. Even if he gets 4 cards in here, I still think it's worth it to play Lizard. That's going to give me a huge advantage over them. I think I'm going to snap.
Snap.
I don't think he can beat me in the middle. And I'm going to skip turn 5 to really beef up my Sunspot. There's nothing really good for Jubilee to pull anyway. I mean, maybe she plays a Professor X and I went over here. You can Professor X Death's Domain if you weren't sure. Also, yeah, I knew that in Luke's bar. So that's... Okay. So, do I think they can beat... $19 extra power here? I do not. Maybe they're playing a Destroyer, they still lose. He does play an Iron Man, which... that is going to win. Wow. Good play, good hold on that. I felt pretty confident there. The Iron Man does stink a little bit. Iron Man's very good in Mirror Island. For obvious reasons. Best world each location. Not ideal. We'll play... I think, because we have Giganto, we keep that option available. And we play Sunspot to the middle. And maybe it's Death's Domain. We'll give him a Spider-Man. And it is Death's Domain, so here is the question. Can he play into it? Let's find out. If he can play into it, we put Armor in. He plays Armor there, which... interesting. Maybe he has a Killmonger. So in case he has a Killmonger, I am gonna... Oh, I played that one turn late. That's a shame. I have a lot of good if it's Storm, it's good. If it's Professor X, it's probably good. If it's America Chavez, it's good. There's a lot of good cards for her to pull. I'd say 3 of the 5 are good. So Warpath is not going to get the bonus. Lizard is One of the not so goods. But we're gonna skip. So he's playing a destroy deck. So if he plays that here, that will beat it. But if he plays it here, then I lose that and that. And if I play this here, then he plays it here and that wins. So it comes down to a read. Down to the read. And my read would be to do it here so that gets destroyed and that gets buffed up. But then the question is, do I win? And I think I do. So I'm going to play it here. I think that's my read. Because this gets destroyed, the Warpath gets his bonus back, that becomes 9. So he gets 20, but I also get 20, but I'm up by 1. So that's my read. And you know what? We're willing to counter snap it. We're willing to counter snap it. Alrighty. I like it. He did a snap for pure intimidation purposes. But we are not intimidated. So, hi everyone on YouTube, welcome back. I've been playing for like 5 hours and I just got back to parity. It really wasn't the deck. I was playing very poorly today. I actually got up to 69 and then fell back down to like 60. So it's been like a wild run. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I have to say the deck actually does work very, very well. I just didn't pilot it that well today. But we'll be back on. I'm actually going to be streaming later today, which the time you're watching will probably be too late. But I'll be streaming Monday through Wednesday, even though it's Monday through Tuesday because it is Thanksgiving week, and I'll be trying to make enough videos to show up throughout the rest of the week so you can watch on YouTube. And as always, I really do appreciate the like and subscribe and comment. It really does push the videos around YouTube so more people can watch. That really helps me out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The videos have actually been killing it, so I really owe you guys an absolute ton. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Keep it up, and as always, keep on snapping. Thanks everyone. Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving if you don't watch another video.